I forgot to share out my gratitude for the last podcast. Maybe for some of you yesterday, for some of you today. I just got so excited to talk about the art mundane thing. Got all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Lost my mind a little bit. I forgot to talk about it, but just grateful for the ability to practice cooking, just food things. I got a long way to go, but I love it. I think food is so beautiful. It's, a universal language, and it's just so cool to me how everybody has their own tastes. And obviously I love to eat, so grateful for that. I've had good exemplars of cooks and food lovers in my life too, which is a whole nother thing to be appreciative for. And then the other thing I was grateful for today was just stories and reading. I love stories. I love drama, and I love the challenge and the journey of stories, and just the different characters and how you can relate characters to people in your life, but they don't always quite fit, but you see, commonalities and in those strong character traits. I love good stories. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on the stories. And then today, what I wanted to chat about was a couple different things I wanted to chat about. I have this little note that says bummed out or burned out. I don't think I'm ready to talk about that one yet. I'm still kind of thinking through it, talking to different people about it, and seeing where that one goes. But I had a cool morning. One of the members at CrossFit Mafia logged her 2,000th class today, which was pretty awesome. And it's really awesome. I mean, that's 5.5 years of CrossFit. If you stacked it up one after another, 5.5 years straight, 2,000 classes. I don't think I have 2,000 classes logged at any single gym. I'm sure I've done, that many classes. Actually, I'm not even sure that. I think I am. I'm pretty sure of that one. But definitely not at a single gym, which is a really rad accomplishment too. Just to, especially in the short time I've been at Mafia, to see it grow and change and, experience new things. So 2,000 classes. It's pretty awesome. And then one of the things the gym has been doing, and I've seen another friend of mine, he does this at his gym, Max Isaac over at CrossFit Tilt. They do like class celebrations. I think they have some of the members probably 2,500. I bet Max is somebody who's got 5,000 classes, something crazy. Maybe not. I'll have to confirm that. Fake news. But at Mafia, they got a bunch of people walking around wearing 1,000 classes shirts, which is cool. Yeah, what a beautiful example of consistency. Just a fun little pick me up to see that kind of stuff. And I always go back on this, and I don't mean to poo-poo anyone, or I don't know. I hope it doesn't hurt feelings. But talking to another member today, and he told me, we were talking about the age groups for competing in the CrossFit Open, and because I signed up with 2 different accounts because I was just testing some stuff out. But anyway, for work, and one of my accounts I think has me listed in like the 45 to 50 or something like that. And I was talking to him, and he just doesn't look it, and he doesn't act it. And I've talked about this before. It's like maybe he looks exactly and acts exactly this way. But I will say the reason I talk about it so much is because it fucking excites me. I don't want to rush out of the time I'm in right now. I loved all the time that came before right now. But he told me he was 65 today, and he just, his demeanor, his attitude, what appears to be his appreciation for life, his energy, his curiosity, he doesn't seem, at all, quote unquote, like the common 65. He seems like he's 25. Looks great. And he said, and I mean it so wholeheartedly. I don't want to rush anything, but I am when I meet people like that in CrossFit or any other endeavor, but there's a lot of them in CrossFit, I'm so hopeful for the rest of my life, because the examples are right there in front of you. And I didn't always have or always see the healthiest examples of aging in my life, but now I have some amazing ones. Man, that's exciting. Man, it is so exciting. And I don't want to rush it. I'm happy where I'm at right now. I feel good at ripe young 38. But man, if I get to, it looks like I just get to keep having as much fun as I am right now for the next 30 plus years. That's wild. And nobody thinks like that. Well, I'm sure some people do, not nobody. I don't see a lot of people talking and thinking like that. Oh, you're getting older. You got to slow it down. Well, let me tell you, it's never fast enough. So that's exciting. It's one of my favorite parts about this time of year with the CrossFit Games open, rolling around. I think that's exciting. The rest of the journey is exciting. And just the unknown is so fucking exciting. I'm jazzed up. I curse when I get excited. I should probably, improve my vocabulary. I've had enough time to do that. But talking to another friend today, and they're getting ready to welcome, he and his wife are getting ready to welcome their first kid. And we were just kind of talking about his views on it and, what does that look like and how are they thinking about it? And it's just so interesting to hear, the perspective and thoughts from somebody, thinking through this in real time. You're like, what is it like to be a dad or a mom? It's probably, there's basically we were getting at, like, I don't think there's any context for it. You can plan and take all the classes and read, and I'm sure it all helps. But then that little life arrives, and you probably, we had another coach at the gym, their son and daughter-in-law had their first kid. And it's just crazy to see, and what's funny is that they were getting ready to kind of be empty nesters. And, some of those things are going to change now. Like the life came back home. But it's neat to see them glow about it. I don't know. That kind of excitement, seeing that excitement around people is infectious, whatever it is. If it's something huge like a new addition to the family or something just simple like a new accomplishment in the gym, or I don't know. It's good to be around that stuff. I don't think, I think we all need lots of it. Sounds corny and some kumbaya BS, but I don't know. You're lying to yourself, I think, if you don't like being around that. Maybe not. I don't want to yuck your yum, but that's where my head was at today. So 7 minutes on that nonsense. And now I don't want to ruin it by talking about something like serious and potentially a bummer. I was chatting with a buddy. And, the class workout, that's what I want to talk about today, was giving things a chance. And CrossFit is so much just about the task in front of you. And that's a good lesson for me. As much as I like just the task in front of me, not knowing or knowing what it is, I can have the pitfall of trying to be, gratuitously pensive on things, over cerebralizing things, overthinking them. And I think one of the cool things about CrossFit, and I've been in this space for a long time and thought a lot about programming and programming theory and, what's the best workout. And, like the fellow I was talking about earlier, 65 going on 25, he was just saying, you just got to keep showing up. And we had a couple workouts this week, and I know who programmed him too. And it's funny because I think I've always heckled him for his programming. He's willing to take chances with programming, but I've always liked what any workout I've done that he's passed along. But there was one earlier this week, and it had plank holds in it, and then a row. And who starts a workout with a plank hold? I mean, what an epic bummer. But from the outside looking in, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this one. But I did it. I coached it in classes. Is awesome. It's fantastic. And it was fantastic because we don't normally do stuff like that all the time. And if I think we did do that stuff all the time, probably wouldn't be as fantastic. But it was just hit the nail on the head. Today, kind of the same thing. It was a 2K row. And then every 2 minutes you had to do a 20-second ring hold. And I'm like, oh, good man, what is this thing? And I really liked the workout. It fit where I was at today. It fit in the rest of the flow of the week, which I thought was so cool. So the takeaway I had was, you just got to do the task in front of you. You just got to do the task in front of you. And stop trying to overanalyze it sometimes and take it for what it is and just do it and see what happens. It's too easy to sit back on prior knowledge and assume that prior knowledge is going to describe for you and give you a full understanding about what's going to happen next. There are some places where that matters. But I just think most of the time it's just do the damn task in front of you. you'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it way more. Yeah, that's about it. Got up my 2 gratitudes. If you want to join in, like I said, we're gonna do 31 days, just sharing out the gratitude every day, a little gratitude exercise. I just got a little sheet of paper here. I'm just scribbling mine down on, and then that was the only requirement. Just have to write it down on something. You can throw it out eventually. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a journal. It could be a napkin. Just write it down, and once a day, 31 days, little gratitude. That's it. Like I said, amped up from today, feeling good. We'll chat tomorrow.